Now at 10, Joplin police announced the death of a motorcyclist involved in a crash yesterday afternoon. Plus, Missouri's governor offers a new way to utilize public school safety effectively. And Pitt State meets Central Missouri in the Final Four of the MIAA baseball tournament. We'll have the highlights.
The four states' most watched news starts now.
Some rain with a chance of some strong storms could be coming into the four states overnight. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. Let's go straight to Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, we got some scattered showers and thunderstorms out there during the morning hours, and then the afternoon actually turned out to be a pretty good day as we warmed up near 80 degrees. But as we go through the overnight hours, scattered thunderstorms are going to increase. Already a few little tiny guys popping up Crawford County and then down through parts of Cherokee County. Just some very light little thunderstorms, but some bigger thunderstorms back toward Oklahoma City. So we're going to have to see if some of these guys kind of flare up as they start to push in as we go through the overnight hours tonight. Most likely not severe. Could get a few stronger ones as we go through the overnight hours, but yeah, we're going to have some out there. Temperature still kind of in that 70 to about 73, 74 degree range. Scattered thunderstorms tonight, and then we'll rebound to 74 after a low of 66 by 10 a.m. More thunderstorms tomorrow evening. We're going to look at that here in a bit.
See you soon. The motorcyclist in a crash yesterday involving an ice cream van in Joplin. That motorcyclist has now died. The crash happened at 4th and Schifferdecker in Joplin yesterday afternoon. Authorities say the motorcycle driver, 53-year-old Larry Bellamy, was driving north on Schifferdecker when he hit the side of the ice cream van. Bellamy was taken to the hospital but succumbed to his injuries today. The van driver was not injured. Authorities say a Chanute, Kansas man suffered self-inflicted gunshot wound when confronted by Joplin police officers in a parking lot. Early today, Joplin police were told that a man with multiple felony warrants was in a vehicle in the Planet Fitness parking lot. 36-year-old Andrew Hegwald had active warrants out of Neosho County, Kansas for statutory rape and child molestation. Police say as they tried to make contact with Hegwald, he retrieved a handgun and fired one round, resulting in that self-inflicted wound. Changes are coming to the Joplin Police Department's National Night Out. National Night Out is usually one single event in August, but now the police department's extending it. The department's going to host several events throughout the summer. Officials say the changes will allow the police department to reach more communities within Joplin, considering National Night Out is typically held in just one area of the city.
And by doing that, we're going to be able to interact with families in their neighborhoods. We're going to bring in outside agencies and agencies that work within Joplin that people may not know about, such as the Joplin Alliance and Drug Endangered Children. During this time, we'll be able to spend more time focusing on neighborhoods.
With new changes, the first National Night Out is now going to be next Friday, May 19th, from 4 to 6 p.m. at Humphrey Park in Joplin. Missouri Governor Mike Parson is offering a new state-funded mobile emergency app to public and charter schools all across Missouri. The app would allow teachers to use their phones or computers to rapidly alert administrators and first responders to emergency situations and hopefully speed up response times and safety measures. Reporter Joe Hickman has a look at how it works.
On a day when Governor Mike Parson was in Springfield for Child Care Provider Appreciation Day, he was also addressing an ever-increasing worrisome part of children's lives by announcing that the state was partnering with Houston, Texas-based Raptor Technology to offer free mobile emergency alert apps to all the state's public and charter school districts that would allow teachers and staff to get the word out with a push of a button when something goes wrong.
What it allows them to do is very easily push a large button for a lockdown and evacuate, so they're able to provide context to the type of emergency that there is. And then it notifies everybody on that campus as well as administrators and first responders. You're also transmitting information to the 911 call center, who's making that phone call, where they're located, what type of emergency is.
The app also has private messaging capabilities for communicating during an emergency, as well as ways to account for every student. It's been around for about 6 years now and is found in 5,000 American schools and 52,000 around the world. And it's not just for active shooter situations.
But you might have a medical emergency there on campus. Somebody's broken their leg. But Most often we see weather emergencies.
Anytime we can add a layer of safety, it's going to be a benefit to students and everybody.
Considering it's free, school districts will be interested in the emergency app since it would usually cost tens of thousands of dollars. However,
The questions we probably have is how long is the state going to actually pay for it? Because the state in the past has put things in place and then cut funding later.
I don't think there's any question we're going to be part of that. We'll create the funding for that. We're going to continue to have the safety grants. Part of that formula for education will be safety.
and there are other potential roadblocks as well.
If they're rural school districts, you have to look at cell phone signal devices, all those kind of things.
One of the things we go in and we help you identify, hey, do you need additional Wi-Fi coverage?
One thing everyone does understand, though, is that the app has the capability of speeding up the overall response to a life-threatening situation when,
Quite frankly, seconds count.
Those things can happen from time to time, regardless what you do. But I think the main thing, we got to do everything we can to protect these kids.
Missouri school districts may begin enrolling in the alerting program by going to raptortech.com/Missouri. Each district will have its own account that'll link the alerts to the selected area first responders. The company encourages districts interested in utilizing the app to contact Raptor to begin that enrollment process. State of Kansas today decriminalized fentanyl test strips. The strips can be used to detect the presence of fentanyl and other substances. Until now, they have been considered drug paraphernalia and were illegal in Kansas. Governor Laura Kelly says the decriminalization will help prevent overdose deaths in the state. Oklahoma's governor signed a bill into law yesterday decriminalizing the strips in his state. Starting at midnight tonight, the Biden administration cannot use COVID as a reason to expel migrants. But as the wave of migrants builds up along the border, the administration is launching a new policy to crack down on illegal border crossings. Under the new policy, migrants won't be able to gain asylum in the U.S. without applying for it in another country or on an app. And those caught crossing illegally will now face a 5-year ban from the U.S. and possible criminal charges. Just 2 days ago, the Border Patrol reported a one-day record of more than 10,000 apprehensions, and that was before the Title 42 policy ends. Coming up, a local realty company fires up some grills to make an impact on the community today. We're going to tell you why. Plus, how an area organization is looking to make Mother's Day a little prettier. Rain or shine, it's pretty much always a good time for a barbecue. Keller Williams agents in Joplin stepped away from their daily duties today to do something special to support the community. Today they had a barbecue, taking orders for $5 lunches of burgers and hot dogs. Part of the realty company's annual Red Day. It takes part every second Thursday of May.
Just to always look for opportunities to give back to where you live. Like I said earlier, give where we live is a big part of who we are at Keller Williams. And so just always looking for those opportunities to pour back into people who make your lives what they are, very important.
All money donated to Keller Williams Red Day went toward Camp Quality, Higher Power Garage, Joplin NALA, and Joplin Trails. And some of the workers from Keller Williams today volunteered to clean up a trail in Joplin. Frisco Greenway Trail in Joplin today got a major cleanup by those volunteers. They decided to help and donate $5,000 for the Joplin Trails Coalition to work on the trail. Volunteers helped with projects such as extending and outlining the parking lot, trimming branches, building a handicapped accessible bridge, and installing a guardrail.
This is speeding up maintenance by years. This just the material that they're donating would have taken us, a couple years to have the money to do that. And all of the volunteers that they're providing is allowing us to be able to do a lot of work in just a short amount of time.
Herbst there and the volunteers hope trail users are going to notice the work and all those many changes along the trail. Mother's Day is this weekend, and Watered Gardens Ministries is celebrating moms and kids with their 3rd annual Blooms of Hope. It's a potted plant and flower sale conducted by the ministry moms to celebrate all of our moms. Proceeds go toward benefiting the Washington Family Hope Center, and now they're looking to renovate the center.
Of renovating the upstairs at Washington Family. We got the first floor done and we opened this campus in 2020 and we had it filled. We had 6 family units on the first floor. They were filled within the first month. And then we began having so many moms requesting the opportunity to stay, we had to turn them away. Over 100 of them we had to turn away in a 7-month period. So we knew we needed to get the upstairs done.
The hope is that that second floor is going to add 8 or 9 units. Northeastern Oklahoma A&M college seniors are graduating today. They did this evening. For many, it's going to be like any other graduation commencement, but for nursing students, today's events had an extra flair. The school today hosted a pinning ceremony for graduating nurses. It marks an important milestone in their journey to become fully registered nurses, and for one graduate, it's more than just a job.
For the money, it pays good, but honestly, the most important part, it's rewarding. This is my outlet to help people. I've always enjoyed helping people, and there's so many different ways to do it, and the best way I know how is to help others through nursing.
The pinning ceremony is a tradition for new nurses. It dates all the way back to the 12th century. Students of Carl Junction School's Launch Club partnered with the Joplin Philanthropic Society to present a check to Carl Junction Bright Futures. $15,000 great big old check is going to go toward addressing the needs of families and children in need. The students raised $5,000. The funds were then matched 2-to-1 by the Joplin Philanthropic Society for $10,000, totaling that $15 grand.
I'm super thrilled about it. I mean, last year, whenever we raised that $15,000, we were just like totally stunned. And coming back this year, like obviously that's a really high bar that try to meet again, and the fact that we did that 2 years in a row, I'm just immensely proud.
Just super excited, very grateful to be chosen, selected for this. The money is going to be put to good use, and it's going to benefit the students right here in our area, so really excited.
The launch grant funds will be used to expand the current scope of Bright Futures in Carl Junction schools. Money will also help the Carl Junction community focus on health, hunger, and hygiene in the coming school year. A little later, the Webb City Cardinals wrap up their regular season with an interstate matchup against Frontenac.
Plus some scattered thunderstorms working in for us tonight. I'm going to have those details coming up. Well, of course, we had some scattered showers, even a few thunderstorms during the morning hours, and then partly sunny skies by the afternoon. Turned out to be a pretty good day and a nice evening. Nice shot. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Indigo is just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, temps for us. Most of us are sitting kind of in that 70 to 75 degree range. We'll drop back mid-60s later on tonight. It's still 73 in Joplin. Southeasterly winds at about 5. It feels like 73, so at least it's not too breezy. We will slide back to about 66, 68 at 7 a.m., back to 75 by 10 a.m. And we are starting to get some scattered showers, even a couple little tiny thunderstorms, which are popping up in southeastern parts of Kansas, really from Pittsburgh down through Cherokee County. None of these are very strong by any means, but these are the beginnings of scattered showers and thunderstorms that we are going to see as we go through the overnight hours. A lot of severe weather down toward Oklahoma City, but this cluster here is starting to flare up. And these are going to push right into northeastern Oklahoma and eventually into southeastern parts of Kansas. I think most of these are going to behave, meaning staying below severe limits, but we will definitely get some stronger storms, and still something I want to watch as they develop over the next couple hours. Big storm system, you can see it wrapping up across western parts of Kansas, big upper level low, and this is going to give us showers and thunderstorms again as we go through the next couple days. First off, let's go through tonight. I'm going to stop at midnight, scattered thunderstorms, and again, some stronger ones, southeastern Kansas, northeastern parts of Oklahoma. As we continue through the night, they march east. Here's 2 o'clock in the morning, really from Joplin northward, and then kind of push out of the region by about 3 o'clock in the morning. Some additional ones kind of skirt our southern counties late tonight into tomorrow morning. So we have the scattered thunderstorms tonight. Then we have another severe threat tomorrow. I think at least the slight risk will fill in here southeastern Kansas. So our main threat time for tomorrow, kind of 4 p.m. until 11 p.m. Main threats, hail and wind. We're going to keep them all low right now, but something we may need to up as we get into the daytime hours tomorrow. All right, after the cluster of storms tonight, we start the day pretty good. A lot of clouds through the morning hours, upper 70s by noon. We could get a few scattered early afternoon thunderstorms, and then partly sunny, and we break out into the mid-80s. Tomorrow evening gets interesting. Here's 7:30 p.m. Thunderstorms developing far western counties, and these could go severe very quickly tomorrow evening, and there is even a tornado threat, so we need to watch that. These storms push east. Here's 9:30 p.m. Scattered thunderstorms, most likely strong to severe as they are working through the region, and then very loud storms after midnight tomorrow night. Still, some of these could be strong to severe, but very heavy amounts of rain, it looks like, along the I-44 corridor lasting into Saturday morning. So a lot to watch as we go really just through the next 48 hours. Pretty active. 84 tomorrow, 84 Saturday. I think the bulk of the day on Saturday is going to be dry, evening thunderstorms. Now on Sunday, hit and miss storms throughout the day, so the better of the 2 days to get outside is going to be Saturday over the weekend.
And then a dry spell, perhaps for at least a few days next week.
A little bit.
Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, a walk-off win for Missouri Southern softball in the first round of the national tournament. And the Webb City Cardinals finish up the regular season with a border battle against Frontenac. Jacob Leonard has those highlights and more up next.
The Missouri Southern softball team has made the Division II national tournament for the first time since 2001. The Lions are the 2 seed in the Central Region. They get to host the regional for the first time in 30 years. This afternoon, Southern opens the tournament, hitting the field against Minnesota's Duluth. Now they're down 1 in the third here. The Lions got runners on the corners. Adriana Young draws the throw to second. That throw's a little high, gets away, allows Grace Parrott to score from third. Just like that, it's 1-1. Southern takes their first lead in the next inning. Emily Perry to left. Gets that to go over the fence out there. Solo homer for Perry makes it 2-1 Lions. The Bulldogs answer right back with a homer of their own. Kiana Bender hammers it to right. Solo jack for Bender. Game tied at 2. And it stayed that way until the final inning. So we move to the bottom of the 7th here. Missouri Southern has 2 runners on. They're on second and third. Adriana Young up. Check it out. She grounds it to third. Third baseman mishandles it over there. No throw. Sydney Hurst scores. That's the ball game. Lions walk it off. Adriana Young gets the job done in crunch time. Southern grinds it out to win 3-2.
It's the gritty mindset. It's just, this game is not always going to go your way, but as long as you respect it and as long as you're doing the little things that you're supposed to be doing every day, and that's picking a weed, picking up a piece of trash, taking every rep as a championship rep, just playing the game the right way. The game has done so much for all of us, and we can pay it back.
The MIAA Baseball Conference Tournament is down to just 4 teams. Both Pittsburgh State and Missouri Southern were supposed to hit the field today in the semifinals in Warrensburg. Because of the weather, Missouri Southern's game has been pushed to tomorrow morning. Pittsburgh State's game, a little delayed today, but they do hit the field tonight against the #1 seed Central Missouri. The bottom of the first, scoreless game, 2 on for Vance Tobal. Connects for the 3-run home run to left. Central Missouri out to an early 3-0 lead. The Gorillas answer in the next frame. Brett Daly drops a single here into left. That plates Cade Clemens. Pitt State on the board, down just 3-1 at that point, but from there Central gets the bats going and puts the Gorillas away 13-2. The Webb City Cardinals finish up the regular season tonight with an interstate matchup against the Frontenac Raiders. Now, these 2 teams have been 2 of the best in the area this season. Webb City 17-13 coming in. On the other side, Frontenac 17-2. We'll pick it up bottom of the first. Drew Vonderhaar puts this one back up the middle. That scores Sam Weller. It's 1-0 home team with that. Now bottom of the third, 3-0 Webb City. Gage Chapman up this time for the Cards. Lines this into left. Christian Brock scores. Webb City out to a comfortable 4-0 lead. Frontenac, though, fights back. They're trying to respond in the later innings. Top of the 5th. Raiders down 4-2. Alex Williams hits this to first base. A little confusion out there, throwing it around the diamond. Lane Sullivan takes advantage of it. Raiders within 1, down just 4-3. Last chance, though, here for Frontenac in the top of the 7th. Walker Sweet ends it with a strikeout. Webb City hangs on to win the border battle over Frontenac 4-3. Galena High School standout Mia Sarwinski signs today to continue her career in college. Sarwinski signs today to join the softball program at Crowder College. Sarwinski is an all-conference and all-state player for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, my goal is definitely to continue to work hard, and I definitely want to play at the next level. So just continue to work hard, and whatever leads me there, just trust my path and whatever I do.
So a thrilling win for Missouri Southern softball today. They're back in action at home at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon.
Walk-off keeps the crowd happy.
For sure.
We'll be right back. Some Carthage graduates this morning took a trip down memory lane. This is a great tradition. The graduates, they walk through the halls of the elementary school they attended, and they say hi to some of those kindergartners. It's a tradition to have graduates come back to walk the halls one last time to get that last bit of closure before transitioning into the next step in life. The walk lasted only around 10 minutes, but it's a walk that those younger kids, of course, those graduates could remember forever. And just think about those younger kids watching those graduates thinking, someday, if I work hard, that's going to be me saying hi to some other younger kids. So, something to work for.
I remember being little and seeing, the graduates come walk in our school and the older kids. I thought it was cool. I was like, oh, I want to be them.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit emotional, but it's a touching tradition.
Now that was like 50 years ago.
Yeah, it feels like it for sure.
You joke. All right, the weather. Chances of rain, more.
Yeah, scattered thunderstorms increasing over the next few hours. So it's going to be a little bit of a loud night in spots, and then evening thunderstorms once again for us tomorrow.
Final sports now.
Oh, I told you Missouri Southern baseball's game tonight against Northeastern State got delayed to tomorrow. That game actually first pitch scheduled for 11 a.m., so we'll have the latest from that tomorrow night.
Very good. Thanks for joining us. Morning show starts at 5 a.m. Let's make it a great tomorrow.